40 yards. It looks like we're going to have a clip at the 15. That'll probably be half the distance to the goal. Hendersonville going to start at about their 7.5.
Commandos have had all they can handle here with the Blue Devils, and then they've had just a little bit of bad luck. A couple of fumbles has led to 2 Lebanon touchdowns, and now that don't help a bit when you're down and get a break like that. They, instead of having it at their own 38, they've got it at their own 7 with a 1st and 10. Decker looks, rolls right, wants to throw, fires. He's got a man, overthrew him. Joe Slough, he was going for Slough at the 21, had him wide open, but overthrew him. Slough couldn't get to it, a little bit too high. 2nd down and 10 from the 7.
You think those photographers from the newspaper might suspect a little something here as Bill Cook and Bobby K. Bryan are back behind the Hendersonville offense, maybe thinking that a safety might be forthcoming as Lebanon has put some good pressure on Hendersonville, and they are backed up.
Hamilton is the fullback. He's the lone setback. Everybody else up on the line for the Commandos, and they give it to Hamilton, and he's got a little running room. Barrels out over the 10, out over the 12, out to the 14-yard line. Going to be shy of the 1st down, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 3. We'll call it 3rd down and 2 for Hendersonville. Trice getting up a little bit slow for the Blue Devils in there.
And Clyde, that clock continues to run. 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the 3rd period. Lebanon on top of the Commandos by a score of 25-3. The clock is the big enemy now for Hendersonville.
Slough split way out to the near side. Decker gives to Cook, trying to cut back. Cook breaks a tackle. Cook's outside the 15, squirts out over the 20 to the 21-yard line and gets the 1st down. And the Commandos, to their credit, have dug themselves out of the hole from the 7 out to the 21 for the 1st down.
Lebanon a little sloppy in those pursuit angles, it looks like down there, John, as we're getting turned sideways, staying parallel to the line of scrimmage.
Tommy, you're right. The defense is in pursuit. The angles, they got to cut him down to make that tackle. We had a glove on him, just couldn't bring him down by the shirt sleeve.
1st and 10 for Hendersonville. Quarterback is Tommy Decker underneath. And they bring Truca in motion, and now Schaefer's got him for a loss back at the 15.
Can you believe this? He shot the gap. Schaefer makes the tackle for negative yardage, and when Hendersonville looks at this film, they're going to have 2 guys they're going to look at. Why couldn't we cover number 1 in the 1st half, and why couldn't we block 44 in the 2nd half? Wow.
Schaefer has been destruction here in the 2nd half defensively. Second down now and 16 back at the 15-yard line. Decker sets his team. Slough is the wideout to the near side, and Decker to throw. Lebanon trying to put the pressure on. Throwing on the run, got his man, Truca, out across the way on the far side. Truca squirts all the way up past the 25 and rolls out to the 28-yard line before the Blue Devils can push him out of bounds, and it's going to bring up 3rd and about 3, I think, from where they will mark it. Maybe 3rd and 4. It's going to be 3rd and 4 from where they'll set the football down.
Terry, what about Hendersonville's Decker throwing a football tonight?
Tommy, with that completion to Truca for 13 yards. Decker now 4 of 10 for 48 yards.
2:05 to play in the 3rd period. Blue Devils leading 25-3. Hendersonville going to jump. Big number 30 come up out of his stance. That's Jermaine Marshall, 6', 235 senior. Getting a jump across the way. That's going to cost them 5. Now it will be 3rd down and 3rd and about 8 for Hendersonville.
Terry, the penalties have not been kind to the Commandos either.
Hendersonville making a lot of mistakes. They've turned the ball over 3 times. They've also been penalized 7 times for 45 yards.
Hendersonville looking at a 3rd and 8 at their own 23-yard line. 2:06 to play in the quarter. Decker back to throw. Here comes Schaefer. They fire over the middle. Intercepted at the 35-30 to the 25, down to the 24, to the 23-yard line. Picking it off, Robert Langford. Welcome back.
Langford does not have an ACL, does not have an anterior cruciate ligament in that knee. He blew it up against Cookville. They've got the brace on him. Langford John, a gutty performance, and he gets the pick.
He wanted it, Tommy. He's felt this game for the past 2 weeks. Could have played last week. Opted to wait for this game here. Credit our team physicians for getting him ready for this game.
Boy, he's a performer. Lebanon at the Hendersonville 24 with a 1st and 10. Lanning sets the ball club. They hand it to Antoine Ross, and Ross is going to be hit back at the 29-yard line for a loss. Barreling in there for Hendersonville was Michael Flatt. Flatt's a 6'1", 255-pound junior. The Blue Devils are going to lose 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 14 for the Blue.
That clock continues to run. We're at 1:35 to go in the 3rd. Lebanon leads the Commandos by a score of 25-3.
Justin Jones left, Defendahl to the right. Blue Devils moving south to north here at Noakes Lassiter. Lanning backpedals, wants to throw, got some time. Here's Jones wide open, caught it at the 22. Comes back to the 25, trying to turn upfield and going to lose yardage after the catch. Trying to get more. They'll mark it at the 26. Winds up being only about a 2.5-yard pass play. But the Blue Devils, Jones loses about 6 after catching the ball, trying to get more.
John, they have been going deep. They've been going on top with the corner route. They broke it off, and then Jones tried to make something else happen and wound up losing a few.
The D-back is backpedaling at the center snap, giving Jones a bunch of cushion. We took advantage of it. Jones can't be faulted for trying to make something out of that. He could have took the outside route rather than inside for a positive gain.
3rd down and 12 for the Blue after the 2-yard gain. Lanning bootlegging to the near side. Lanning looking. 30. Looks 25. Lanning turning. He's out of bounds at the 20-yard line, and it will bring up a 4th down and about 5.5. 4th and 6 situation. They're going to mark him at the 21, so it'll be a good 4th and 6. But the Blue Devils are not going to punt it away down this close. They will go for it. The question is, will they go for it or will they go for a field?
Although Jones not in the game, the receivers are Baird and Defendahl, the split receivers.
Lanning underneath. Hendersonville set on defense. 4th and 6. Lanning to throw. Got time. Looks, fires. Over the middle. In and out of the hands of the tight end at the goal line. Neighbors got one hand on it. Couldn't get 2, and it's incomplete at the goal line. And the Blue Devils drive stalls at the 21-yard line.
John, I like the way Chad Lanning looks in the pocket tonight. He's having some success. He looked off one receiver, went to his secondary read.
The key there, Tommy, he had time to look. The pass blocking was there for him. He looked left, he looked right, threw it to Neighbors. Might have should have caught that one. It hit your hands. You got to bring it in.
1st and 10 Hendersonville. They take over at their own 21-yard line, nearing the end of the 3rd period. They hand it to a new back in there, and he breaks one tackle and is hit as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Running the football for Hendersonville is Derek Pirtle, a 6'2", 180-pound sophomore, but he didn't run it far.
That's the end of the 4th. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We've got 12 minutes of regulation to be played. Lebanon leads Hendersonville 25-3. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Left to go in this contest. The regular season finale. Lebanon leads the Commandos of Hendersonville by a score of 25-3. These updates: Lebanon has defeated Hendersonville in the WKRN Kroger Food to Families canned food drive. Lebanon High School coming up with 60,000 plus cans in that competition with Hendersonville, and Lebanon also gets the overall championship trophy for having collected the most cans throughout this 10-week football season. The food collected goes to the Wilson County Help Center.
Hendersonville will have it 2nd down and 10. As Pirtle didn't get much on the carry. Double handoff. Loose football in the backfield, but on it is Truca. But it's going to be a loss back to the 16-yard line. They tried the double reverse from Pirtle to Truca. They give it to Pirtle coming to the near side, and he hands it to Truca going the far side, but they fumble the handoff, and Truca has to fall on it back at the 15-yard line. Now it's 3rd and 15.
Schaefer gets credit for the tackle for loss. Out of the game, Varte Martin at a tackle. In to play that tackle spot, Josh Goolsby for Lebanon.
Decker sets his ball club down. 3 wideouts out now, and Decker backpedals, wants to throw. And they set up the screen, and they get it to Truca. Truca at the 20, at the 25, to the 30, out to the 35, to the 40. Hit from behind and knocked down. And making a dive and tackle is the offensive center for the Blue Devils, and plays Steelman. Makes a dive and tackle and knocks him down at the 42-yard line.
Steelman got in behind the play, caught it from behind, and a flag on the play. And Hendersonville's going to back it up again. The clip on the screen pass.
They throw the flag at the 31, and I guess it will be marked from there. So instead of having it at the Blue Devil 42, the Commandos have shot themselves in the foot. And it'll be marked back to the 16-yard line.
Chris Steelman, who ran about a 30-yard sprint, chasing that play down, comes out to get a little rest. Harrison Haynes, the junior nose man, goes in to give Steelman a little bit of a break. Terry, that play.
Tommy, was good for 27, except for the clip. When you subtract the 15, it looks like Hendersonville going to be back at their own 17.
Loose football, and Lebanon says they're on it, but wait and see. I don't think so. I think Hendersonville got this one. Decker, I think, got back on it, and now it's 4th down and 15 from the Hendersonville 16-yard line.
And the wheels have come off of this Hendersonville wagon tonight. The bad exchange between the center and the quarterback. Lebanon will now drop Ross and Jones deep into punt return formation. Will Hoyt will kick it for the Commandos.
He stands at his own 3-yard line. He can kick. Here's the snap. It's a good one. Blue Devils put in pressure. High and long. Ross going to come up and field it and fall on it at the 43-yard line.
Well, there's got to be something.
And now they're all over Ross. And the Blue Devil fans yelling, but we get no flag. Ross was already down, but they put a pretty good paste on him across the way.
Antoine comes up, makes the catch at his fingertips, goes to the ground. Terry Stafford, the kick.
Kick by Will Hoyt, good for 41 yards. Ross catches it at the 43, falls to the ground, and about 6 Hendersonville guys fall on top of him.
It'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils at their own 43-yard line. 10:04, nobody scored in the second half. 10:04 left in the ball game. Lannon gives it to Ross, and Ross is going to be hit. Got back to the line of scrimmage, may have gotten a half yard. Making the play is T.J. Shoemaker for Hendersonville, a 6'1", 195-pound senior. Gain of a half yard on the play. Just call it 2nd down and 10.
Little counter play in the backfield. Fake the fullback going one way and give it to Antoine Ross, coming hopefully against the grain. Hendersonville, a lot of white jerseys in the backfield.
Jones in at the near side wideout for Lebanon. Lannon underneath. 2nd down and 9. Lannon draw play to the near side to Logue. Logue going to be hogtied. And Lebanon yelling for a face mask. Looks like he had him by the face mask from here, but we have no flag down. So evidently he didn't.
John, if it wasn't a face mask, they got him high and it twisted his head around and it looked like a face mask.
Well, he had a handful of face masks, Tommy. I don't see how they missed that one, but goodness gracious, that hurt me from all the way over here.
Well, it looked like he had it from here, but we get no flag. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Ball still at the Lebanon 43-yard line. Jones to the near side. Schaefer to the far side. Blue Devils not above, pulling something out of the hat here. Lannon underneath. Lannon straight drop back. Wants to throw. Draw play to Logue, and they're going to hit him, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Blue Devils not too interested in adding to that scoreboard total. They want clock run off, and that's what they're doing as it continues to run. 8:28 remaining. Lebanon leading 25-3.
Deep to kick it for Lebanon will be Kyle Schaefer. Standing in punt return formation for the Commandos will be Jason Chauncey.
Schaefer will stand at his own 29-yard line. He'll hit it at about the 31. Here's a snap, a good one. Schaefer's got time, gets it out of there. End over end thing that's going to hit and take a Lebanon bounce. Chauncey's going to pick it up at the 23, back to the 25, out to the 30, over the 32 to the 33-yard line, and he's popped pretty good right there. Trice making the stop along with big number 53 for the Blue Devils, Derek Logue.
Forrest also